Alright, here we are again with some Lost in Vivo. We're going to be heading back into The Way Out and replaying it because I want to get the second ending. Now, I've done a little bit of reading on the story, and I think I kind of got it the first time. Sorta. There's definitely some interesting bits that I missed that I'm going to talk about as I go through this again. I'll probably cut a lot of this just because you don't need to see it again. You can just go watch episode 1, or episode 1 of this. But the characters in the robes... Do I have to be facing it, or do I just walk away? You have to look away. Interesting. The characters in the robes are the 7 cardinal sins. So first we have... I'm gonna try to guess. I think that's greed. Yeah, okay, that's definitely greed. Look how many, like, mattresses and pillows he has in there. And he's asking if I want anything. This is envy. Okay. This is probably gluttony. It sounds like they're eating meat. Pretty sure this is lust. Okay. This is pride.
Do you need my assistance? I don't really care about you. Why don't you go bother someone else?
Okay. And then sloth, who has abandoned their robe. And I believe the purple color in this room is supposed to kind of give you a hint that the spindly creature that we find up here is actually Sloth himself. Also, yes, you totally get taller. Okay, well, I'm gonna skip ahead to the part that matters. So, yeah. You don't need to see this again. So while we wait for this very relaxing section, I'll explain what the alternate ending is. So, instead of going and killing that creature, we head back to our cell, and that triggers the secret alternate ending. Really is just like a tall, strange-looking dude. So the closet is just here. Okay, so this effect is super cool. So the closet is here until I walk out, then it disappears. Wow, that's cool. So normally, as you saw in part 1, assuming you watched part 1, if you didn't, please go watch part 1 first. You should have already watched part 1. I'll probably put a warning earlier. You head down there, and then Sloth, our little friend here, who's now 7'2", kills you. However, if you return... I wonder if they have new dialogue. No. No, they do not. So you return to your cell. The door shuts behind you. And then I don't know what happens. We just chill? Oh. This is gonna turn into the Dark Souls 1 opening. A body's gonna fall from the ceiling with a key. Oh my god! That was kind of upsetting. What? We lived? Interesting. Okay. I'm not really sure what that means, but that was interesting. Okay, so something that I missed that I'm gonna show here in slow-mo is my character marks a tally on the door. That's what that line was. And then when the camera pans out, you see the walls are completely covered in tallies, which means that this cycle of like Sloth getting out and then trying to kill me by having me like relive these memories of like people dying or whatever has happened many times. So yeah, it's quite dark. So the other thing that I wanted to do this episode is I wanted to go back to Lost Tape number 3. There's something in Lost Tape number 3 that I missed that is interesting in some of the background lore of not just Lost in Vivo, but all of Kira's games. With the whole, if you're not aware, there's this lore about Biogoth. Sup, homie. Burn the idol. Must stop it. Okay. So, I'm not going to go into the whole lore of Biogoth, but if you're interested, check it out on the wiki. It's very good. Uh-oh. It's the meme room. No food left. But you know what we do have? Memes. Throw them up. Memes. There you go. Bam, 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 bam. Good. Okay. I had to do it. We did have to enter the meme room again. So apparently, through this window, we're going to see one of Biogoth's children for a very short period of time. Have to pray to it gives us flesh. Okay. So I have to pray first. I picked up firewood. So something I didn't pick up on. Trees moving without any wind. It's like implied that Biogoth is on this tree and I just can't see him. Or something. Also, apparently you can see him somewhere. Oh, there's a broken down car. I don't see him. Took our son. I forgot how creepy the ambience is here. Oh! There he is. So there's Biogoth, apparently. You can only see him for a little bit here. He watches you build the idol. So yeah, if that doesn't make you unsettled, I don't know what will. Okay, now before I burn the idol... That was him. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, that was, Biogoth, I guess. Or one of his sons. So, I figured, because the, episode was only about 10 minutes, I figured I would go through some of the lore so I can actually, like, substantiate what I was saying. So, the gameplay part's done. Now, we're going to look at some wiki. Just before you burn the idol, Specimen 8 can be seen briefly out the hallway window on the first floor. Images of Specimen 8's family can be found throughout the cabin, including an image of himself before being transformed. Specimen 8 is the 8th specimen you run into in Akuma Kira's game, Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, formerly known as Spooky's House of Jump Scares. It appeared one day after the GL Labs filled a room with a violent deer. Specimen 8 in Lost in Vivo barely ever appears and is not a character in the main story. He only appears in Lost Tape 3 outside the window of the cabin before you burn the idol. Specimen 8 and its family had nothing to eat. Due to this, to prevent starvation, they prayed to Beogototh for food. In response, Beogototh gave the family trees made out of meat, so the family had an endless supply of food. But as payment, Beogototh takes their son and turns him into a demigod. That's honestly not that bad of a deal. Let's be honest. And for those of you who don't know, Beogototh is a mysterious character in Lost in Vivo. Beogototh does not seem to play a large role in the story, though they are directly involved in the nightmare ending and the fate of the surface world during it. Beyond this, Beogototh's intentions are unknown, potentially inconceivable, and likely incredibly malevolent. Beogototh has a number of children made from human sacrifices, which is something we see in the tapes a lot and throughout some of the lore of the game. Normally children. It will transform these children into a demigod who are not bound to it but cannot act against it. Only 2 children of Beogototh have been confirmed, Specimen 8 and the Wolf, which is from the Mersus Tape number 1, the Wolf, which is, I believe, overall it's Tape 5. So that's the wiki, that's the lore to my understanding. If you'd like to read more, it's available online. Yeah, it's been a great experience playing this game. I hope the other Mersus tapes come out eventually. If they don't, I guess that's fine too. Up next is dark mode, light mode, and then I'm going to progress into getting the other endings. So, stay tuned for that, and have a good day.